How are you?
Good.
Today we've got our practice for our annual remembrance ceremony. This is the time where we can dial everything in, answer any questions that come up, and just make sure that we're ready to go for this ceremony today.
It is one of the most solemn and virtuous things that I believe that you can do as a firefighter today is to always remember those individuals that came before you. The fire service is a family, and those family members of the firefighters that have come before you, they're part of our family. My expectation and your own expectation should be that you're there for them just like you would want them to be there for your family.
My name is Jessie Reisman, and my father was Jeff Christ, and he was a battalion chief for over 25 years with the Littleton Fire Department, and he loved every aspect of his job. It was something that we were always involved in, and it was always about family. It was always about tradition, having everyone around. We knew each other's families. My dad started having some problems. I know he had had some pretty severe headaches, was getting checked out, and then they wanted to do an MRI and a scan, and sure enough, they ended up actually finding a stage 4 glioblastoma brain tumor. Just the unthinkable, really. He ended up passing in December of 2009 at the age of 52 due to that brain tumor. After my father passed, I became so angry. The sadness and the anger, they kind of combined into one another, but it was more just frustration. I'd be sitting there just shaking. What really took me away from that place was the amount of support that was given to me through the fire department, and being able to have them, come to my side during these times. It was just a rush of support. Now it's been, how many years later, and they still support me. They still reach out. That's one thing I will always have and always cherish is the fire family.
My father's name was John Cernich. He was a Littleton firefighter. From as long as I can remember, he loved firefighting. He loved the job. He did everything he could to promote it, to make it stronger, which he did. He was responsible for the introduction of 5-inch supply lines for fire engines in the country. All we had for supply lines back then were 2.5-inch or 3-inch hose, which in large fire just weren't adequate. And as a result, Littleton we had visitors from all over the country that came to want to see how it worked. And ultimately, he had a line of duty death in 1969. With my experience in the fire service, and actually going through it, I can tell you that a line of duty death is absolutely devastating to your family. There's the emotional cost. My mother never got over it. That you need to respect that, and I think you need to pay homage to that, and always remember their sacrifice.
I've had the honor to speak at many different remembrance events. And one of the things that's most disheartening for me is to look out amongst the crowd, or maybe the absence of a crowd at those events where family members show up, and how difficult it is for them when that event is not well attended. One of the things that we like to say in the fire service is that we will never forget. This remembrance ceremony that we do here at South Metro once a year is an opportunity to be a man or woman of your word. In an organization our size, where we have almost 600 firefighters, there's really no reason why we shouldn't have several hundred people at an event. And I want to make sure that each one of you know how important it is to those family members to know that the sacrifice that they have made is not forgotten.
My name is Lori Jackson. I am the widow of Operations Chief Troy Jackson. He was hired at Castlewood in 1990. And then became South Metro, and he worked his way up the ranks, and I feel like I came up the ranks with the family as well. He did get job-related cancer, adenoid cystic carcinoma, and although he fought valiantly, he passed away in December of 2019.
Words really don't describe the support that I've had from not only the organization, but just the people in it. Anytime I've needed anything, all of you have come over and helped out, whether it's shoveling walks or mowing lawns. And it really shows what a family South Metro is. People ask me, you're not going out the way you ever envisioned, and, job-related cancer, that's gonna be fatal. I'm gonna die from it. Am I bitter? Would I have done it a different way? And I always tell them no. I've loved every minute of it, and I always knew there was a risk to this job, and I'm just glad I've got to do it as long as I have. We've got great people in this organization that are gonna take really good care of it moving forward, and I'm just proud that I was able to be a part of it.
I want you to know that I could be replaced by your spouse. This can happen to anybody, but the fire family here at South Metro is here for you.
I would hope that the legacy that my father left still remains impactful to make you think and to make you learn.
Even if you don't understand or know the people who are on that wall, I think that you should come and pay your respects. Those are the people that, in most cases, help make the department what it is.
It's more than just showing up to an event out of an obligation. I believe to truly honor an individual, that person has to be in your heart and on your mind. That part of our history becomes a part of who you are, and making sure that all of us, we never forget. I think it's made me a better fire chief, certainly made me a better human being, and that's what I'm hopeful for each one of you.